Under the scorching sun on the dry grassland, the hedgehog slowly forages for food, its nose constantly sniffing between the cracked earth and the burnt yellow grass. Not far behind, a large python lay motionless, its body blending into the dry earth, its cold eyes silently watching every move of the hedgehog. When the distance was close enough, the python suddenly slithered forward, its body coiling tightly in an attempt to subdue its prey in an instant. The porcupine immediately raised its sharp spines, spinning defensively, causing the python to be stabbed multiple times, its body convulsing in pain. Realizing it couldn't overpower the porcupine, the python slowly retreated into the dry grass, leaving the porcupine to calmly continue its foraging journey in the harsh grassland. On the dry, cracked land, porcupines quietly forage for food amidst the heat radiating from the burning ground. From the dry grass, a giant python slithered out its body, wriggling slowly, its cold eyes watching its small prey. hedgehog paused, its spines erect, its round body tense, ready for a relentless fight. The python lunged forward, its body wrapped tightly around me, but the sharp thorns stabbed deep, causing it to flinch back, writhing in pain. As the afternoon fell, the python left injured while the porcupine continued. Beneath the murky water, long dark shadows silently crept forward, a school of crocodiles lurking with eyes as cold as steel. The mother hippo immediately stood in front of her child, her giant body emerging like a living fortress in the middle of the water. As its sharp jaws approached, it roared, whipping up white water, forcing the crocodiles to keep their distance. After a tense confrontation, the crocodiles retreated into the water. From a distance, the hyena appeared with its characteristic hoarse laugh, its greedy eyes fixed on its opponent in front of it. Instead of running away, the honey badger bristled its fur and charged straight ahead with ferocious bites and terrifying recklessness. Caught off guard by the counterattack, the hyena recoiled, growling and dodging the relentless blows. Finally, the hyena left in anger, leaving the honey badger calmly to continue its journey through the harsh land. As dawn broke, the pride of lions approached the dry riverbank, where the mud cracked open to reveal the last remaining pools of water. From the murky water, the crocodiles emerged one by one, their cold yellow eyes watching the predators on the shore. The female leader of the pride roared softly, signaling to keep the group in formation, while the cubs stood behind tents before their half-sea, half-earth enemy. As the male lion approached the water's edge, the crocodile immediately lunged with a thunderous bite. But the pride reacted instantly, joining forces to knock the attacker down with overwhelming force. Suddenly, the king cobra slithered out from the grass, its hood spread wide, its chilling hiss echoing in the quiet space. The hedgehog turned its back quickly, erecting thousands of sharp spines, its body compact but defensive, like a steel fortress. The snake lunged for a swipe, but only came into contact with the spikes, causing it to recoil, its head shaking in pain and losing its advantage. Realizing the prey was too difficult, the king cobra retreated into the darkness, leaving the porcupine to calmly continue its journey to find food under the rising moonlight. On the cold, foggy mountain slope, mountain goats stood firmly between the steep cliffs, their alert eyes observing every movement. From the crevice below, a muscular bear emerged, its breath billowing thin clouds of smoke in the chilly air, its heavy footsteps heading straight for its potential prey. The mountain goat took a few steps back, taking advantage of the rugged terrain, its strong legs clinging to the edge of the rock, ready to charge if the bear advanced further. bear growled low and charged, but the mountain goat bounced aside the strong impact, causing the bear to stagger and lose balance on the slippery rock surface. As the two were about to cross, a Komodo dragon suddenly crawled out from under the slope, its forked tongue constantly sticking out, locking the mother and child in its cold gaze. The mother leopard immediately blocked the way, baring its fangs and roaring in warning. The Komodo dragon continued to approach its footsteps, heavy its tail sweeping the gravel on the tracks. The confrontation was tense, but just as Komodo was about to charge, the sound of a train in the distance grew louder and louder, and the ground shook slightly. Overwhelmed by the lights and rumble, the Komodo dragon quickly backed away from the tracks, letting its mother quickly lead her baby to safety as the train rushed past. On a hot afternoon on a dry island, African porcupines wander for roots among the hot rocks. From behind a large rock, a Komodo dragon slithered out its forked tongue, probing continuously, locking onto its small but thorny target. The dragon charged with heavy steps, the pounce sending up sand and dirt. But the porcupine immediately turned around, raising its spikes as sharp as a steel fence. Komodo's bite hit the sharp spines, causing it to jerk and pull its head back in pain. Some of the spines dug deep into its snout, causing it to growl softly and retreat. Realizing this prey was too dangerous, the Komodo dragon turned away, leaving